Hi, I'm Lee. I've worked as a professional digital artist for over 17 years in both the entertainment and freelance industry. I wanted to make a short video today to share my unbridled excitement and enthusiasm for the world of playing card design since I stumbled upon its discovery in recent years. Whether as a hobby, side hustle, or even full-time career, here are the top 17 reasons why playing card design may be my favorite format as an artist in the modern age. 1. It's your world with your full creative control. There are no bosses, investors, or overseers to influence your project in any way. Your playing card design will be 100% integral to your own vision. And if one may prefer not to take on any aspects outside illustration itself, then playing cards is definitely a format where the artist can potentially collaborate with other creatives like writers or designers to create an awesome project. Either way, it's your vision. 2. Your name or brand will be fully visible. When you create a deck of playing cards, your personal name or brand can be at the very forefront, whether on your crowdfunding page, credited by a public or personal store, and/or of course, foiled upon the beautiful tuck box itself. Your artist's name will never be overlooked or obscured as the creator. 3. Unique art styles are celebrated. With no company or client project to conform your art to, your most genuine art style will be allowed to express itself freely and be celebrated for its uniqueness. Whether your art is more traditional and naturalistic, or more designerly and graphical, playing cards is a format that is inviting to all kinds of dazzling visual styles. 4. Accessible to virtually everyone. As beautiful and collectible as other art formats may be, rarely does one provide such organic immersion and excitement for viewing artwork than hosting a night of poker with family and friends. In fact, I don't think there's anything quite as uniquely interactive, adaptable, and widely accessible to showcase art as a deck of playing cards. 5. Producible by solo or small, cost-efficient teams. With some basic and careful planning, the scope of designing a card deck can be easily scalable to be affordable or profitable for all parties involved. And so long as a reasonable quality of thematics and quality is upheld, the profits of future deck creations will generally only increase over time, from growing brand awareness, returning customers, and their desire to support the artist or team. 6. Doubles as an art portfolio and business card. A deck of playing cards can serve as a full-fledged portfolio and exciting business card in one. I imagine receiving a deck of your beautiful playing cards would be quite a moment in anyone's day, likely causing them to show their friends or family this unique gift. And, of course, it would stand out way more than any actual business card. 7. Offers a rich view into the mind of the creator. This is especially the case if the physical deck is combined with an online presentation to highlight the deck's inner content and story, along with your very own featured bio. From a client or potential employer's perspective, a well-crafted deck of playing cards is self-evident proof of the multifaceted capabilities and follow-through of the creator. It takes an undeniable amount of skill, organization, and commitment to have even created a single deck of cards of great quality and fulfilled its delivery. 8. Gain vast knowledge and experience. As a natural byproduct of the development process, you will gain a massive wealth of knowledge, including creation, production, project, and business management skills. With such knowledge gained, you will forever be endowed with the ability to create crowd-funded projects for the rest of your life. This experience and ability alone has unquantifiable value for all the years to come, including the potential to share such knowledge as a guide or mentor to benefit others as well. 9. No stress from deadlines. Aside from the fulfillment date of a successfully funded project, which you set as the creator beforehand, there really is no due date for a project completion of any kind. This means you can create your deck of playing cards over the course of months or even years, at whatever ideal pace that works best for you. In fact, many creators don't even begin their crowdfunding campaign until they've already made arrangements with their favorite printing company with all their assets completed. 10. Gorgeous foiling and embossing effects. All major card printing companies offer the ability to upgrade your cards with a variety of premium cardstocks, metallic inks, foiling, and embossing effects. When applied tastefully with quality and care, the results can look absolutely stunning. I can humbly state as a simple fact that despite all my shading and rendering capabilities as an artist, there's simply no way for me to replicate the shiny and 3D effects that top-tier printing technology can produce, which truly can take your design to a whole new level. 11. Manageable print size and resolution. Given that the most common playing card size is under 3 by 4 inches, playing card illustration has no demand for immense resolution at all. I'm sure many character, portrait, and environment artists, amongst others, may have noticed the time-consuming nature of large print pieces, especially with the pressure of keeping up with posts on their social media. I imagine this lower need for immense resolution could be very inviting for many creators. And of course, there's absolutely nothing stopping an artist from applying their high-resolution art onto playing cards, as many have already done, including myself. 12. A perfect combo for artistry and gaming. Oddly enough, I actually cannot think of a single household item that can be so inviting to a wide range of artistic disciplines to create, such as illustration or graphic design, and at the same time provide such a vast combination of possible games for interactivity, often with large groups of people at a time to view your art through gameplay. From kids to adolescents to adults and seniors, there is hardly a person in the world who doesn't understand a deck of playing cards, and probably has a favorite game or two they know how to play. 13. Expandable to a digital and online space. Playing cards can potentially be shared and enjoyed through digital and online platforms as well. This is especially true now with the popularity of digital card games like Hearthstone and Magic Arena, which have already paved the way for millions of card players to enjoy their physical cards digitally. For example, artists worldwide could hypothetically create a vast array of digital skins and designs for playing cards to be used at an online poker table. And these designs could theoretically also be linked back to acquirable physical decks if desired. 14. Easy to sort and affordable to collect. You can acquire an entire set of an artist's work for usually less than the price of one print. Plus, it might be difficult to fit 40 poster prints on a wall, but it's easy to fit 40 card decks in something as small as a shoebox. That being said, if anyone does discover any new artist's body of work through a deck of cards, it could inspire them to purchase prints of their favorite art pieces as well. 15. A huge market for playing cards already exists, and demand is only growing. Just because many of us modern artists may have not considered playing cards as a viable format for our artistry, that doesn't mean there hasn't been a huge and hungry market for it already. In fact, the love and demand for playing cards has existed for literally hundreds of years, and is actually the most common staple of entertainment through most of history. That said, with all the richness of possibilities given today's printing technology, online presentations, and endless wealth of themes and styles to explore, I believe this is actually an incredibly exciting and growing market where artists could truly flourish, and collectors everywhere would only be thrilled to see more variety and quality that they'd be more than happy to pay for. 16. Reproducible for passive income. Playing cards can easily be reprinted for passive income after its initial creation and fulfillment. Your artist's name and signature style will only become more recognized and grow in popularity, creating a legacy for itself as more and more decks are sold. This would require no additional effort on your part than literally just reordering from your card company to reprint and resell decks until the end of time. And last but definitely not least, 17. No fear of AI. AI-created card art inherently loses a significant degree of attention and market value even when the creator is honest about it, for sheer reason of it not being hand-illustrated. And if the creator isn't honest about it, they're called out horribly by the community and their entire project is considered a scam. Thus, no artist needs to fear the presence of AI in the playing cards format. Only human ingenuity, talent, and skill matters, as it always should have been. So, after over 17 years of my professional art career through both industry and freelance work, I've come to the rather surprising realization that playing card design is, in fact, my absolute most favorite and ideal format as an artist. I become absolutely ignited with inspiration whenever I begin to brew all the possible stories, themes, and art styles I could create a deck of playing cards around. From more traditional graphical mirror designs to epic illustrations of fantasy heroes, cute animals, delicious looking foods, to just about anything one can imagine, I honestly feel like I've stumbled upon some kind of rich, untapped land for artists to explore. Of course, despite my own recent discovery of this format, there are already many amazing, talented creators who have paved the way with their incredible work and established legacy in the realm of playing card design. In fact, it's greatly due to their proven success as pioneers of modern card design that has doubly reinforced my confidence and excitement for this path. Now, if one were to ask, if playing cards is such an ideal format for artists, how come I haven't heard much about it, or seen way more artists utilize this format already? In response to such a perfectly valid question, I would provide 5 initial reasons that come to mind. 1. It feels like a huge detour from known art career paths like industry and freelance. My response: it really doesn't have to be at all. With adherence to basic suit and value structure, you can turn an existing set of 12 to 14 vertically oriented and thematically coherent illustrations into a deck of playing cards. In fact, there have been many card creators who have already done this for their projects, including myself. Thus, with a bit of additional design skill, knowledge of the production process, and setup of a crowdfunding page, your deck of playing cards can simply be a glorious bang-for-the-buck addition to your industry or freelance work. 2. It all seems like too much to learn. My response: it may feel like it before you begin, but in hindsight, it's really not, at least in my opinion. This is especially true if one had proper guidance, which I'm happily here to provide. I believe everything you would need to learn for the card creation and crowdfunding process could be acquired in a matter of weeks to months, depending on your commitment, scheduling, and how elaborate your design and campaign will be. And such knowledge would stay with you for life and is applicable to any and all future creative projects you might wish to crowdfund. Of course, while one can simply learn the basic aspects of card creation and crowdfunding, to refine their quality and master them over time is a journey of its own, just like any other format or career in life. As such, I would say playing card design is not for the faint of heart, given its multifaceted nature and level of commitment involved. However, it's still by far my most favorite artistic format given all the beneficial reasons provided. 3. Playing cards are too small for viewing my large-scale art. My response: I can totally understand this initial impression. However, I'd like to point out something I believe to be rather obvious and fundamental to the way we generally view artwork. In most cases, like when viewing a portfolio online, the natural flow of our attention is that we start with smaller images, and then we selectively view larger images based on interest. In fact, even a physical gallery experience would inherently require you to first view paintings hung on walls at a distance, and you then walk up to the ones you want to view up close. With this in mind, why wouldn't an artist utilize such an amazingly interactive and marketable format like playing cards as a means of promoting their art, which can then lead those interested to view or purchase their larger pieces? Alternatively, an artist can also totally embrace the smaller real estate for its own value and create a set of artwork dedicated solely to playing cards themselves. Crisp, dynamic, and awesome designs can be so appealing to look at and appreciated for precisely their smaller scale, almost like a bonsai garden for art. So, in essence, I believe the most proper way to view playing card design is, instead of the word small, think precious. 4. Crowdfunding a deck of cards seems scary. What if I fail? My response: I hear you, but let me point out a very important factor that makes the crowdfunding of playing cards essentially risk-free. The key is that only successfully funded projects need to be fulfilled at all, which means you aren't expected to spend a nickel on production or delivery unless the funding goal is reached. So if one wisely sets their funding goal to a number that would cover all expenses, then there really isn't any risk either through fulfillment or even cancellation of the project. Indeed, the defining of your total project expenses is a very critical step of your crowdfunding process, but so long as you are well informed and calculate your costs carefully, it shouldn't be a problem. Plus, if a project doesn't succeed in funding the first time, there's literally no limit to the number of times you can try again at a later date, perhaps with improvements to quality and/or logistics to be addressed. In fact, I can humbly admit with total transparency that I did have to cancel my first Kickstarter project due to my own lack of experience and handling of background logistics. But I'd also emphasize that since I had no guidance whatsoever, I had to figure out every nook and cranny of the card creation, production, and crowdfunding process myself. And from that canceled project, I actually garnered an astronomical amount of knowledge, experience, list of backers, and interested supporters, all of which contributed directly to my subsequent project. And since numerous excited backers have messaged me about it, I have full intention of relaunching that initial campaign in the near future, with all production costs and logistics fixed. So that said, I would never try to present playing card design as some kind of get-rich-quick scheme, nor would I ever claim that any art format is a silver bullet for guaranteed success. However, for all the reasons provided, I can still confidently claim that the prospect of playing card design is technically quite low risk and is still by far my favorite format as an artist. 5. I guess I've never really thought of playing cards as an art format, nor have any of my art friends. My response: exactly. I would say this is one of those cyclical, self-fulfilling prophecies. Because the parameters and benefits of playing cards have been highly overlooked, I believe that's exactly why you and I haven't considered this awesome format for artistry until now. Case in point, despite all my years as a professional artist, it wasn't until I recently made plans to apply my large illustration series onto playing cards as a secondary product that I noticed all the amazing benefits and viability of this format myself. Another very important aspect to recognize is that despite the rich legacy of playing card design having existed for literally hundreds of years, it wasn't until about 15 years ago that crowdfunding sites like Kickstarter even began to emerge. Understandably, the very concept of crowdfunding sites needed time to be understood and accepted as a way of displaying a product's full range of content. Before such technological advancements, there was essentially no good way of promoting a deck of playing cards' true quality and richness besides the outer packaging of the tuck box. But now, all that has changed, simply due to the fact that a proper campaign page can allow customers to know exactly what they're paying for. And lastly, at the same time, printing technologies by major companies have also advanced to incredible new heights, allowing creators to embellish their decks in stunningly beautiful ways that could never have been possible before. With all these points expressed, I believe playing card design not only addresses so many challenging aspects for artists and creatives found in other fields, but could also lead to incredible rewards specific only to this format. With repeated fulfillment of successful projects and trust built with your ever-growing audience, I see playing card design as one of the rarest paths in which an artist has the potential to truly create art they love for a living. Now, as both a personal goal and testament to my lead-by-example philosophy, I am proud to announce that I have now successfully funded my very own deck of playing cards. My project, Aethercore, was a work of immense passion and inspiration. This completely original world features a cast of fantastical, hand-illustrated characters set in an alternate Victorian timeline with the ability to wield primordial elements. Aethercore was my vision for bridging my naturalistic, industry-standard art style with the more traditional format of card design. I wanted to prove through demonstration and not just words what even a single artist can achieve if they commit to such a project over time. I hope the results of Aethercore's campaign, especially as a successful first-time creator, can help make my point undeniably clear. Whether for artistic appreciation, inspiration, or personal reference, you can still acquire your own deck of my very first playing card design through Kickstarter's late pledges system that they implemented only this year. This availability will last until orders are fulfilled at the end of May 2025. The link to my Kickstarter is in the description below. In conclusion, I do believe if playing card design is truly considered more thoroughly, the amount of attention this format could gain has the potential to revolutionize the way we view artist portfolios and their creative capabilities. Playing cards could even become a standardized format in which creators can share their signature brand, art styles, and narrative themes with excitement and convenience. And of course, as the popularity of playing cards gains momentum, this format would legitimize itself and greatly benefit all artists who have found success through it. So I would re-emphasize that these are rich new grounds for us creatives, and the earlier one begins their journey upon it, the more of a chance they will be ahead of the curve and have their growing legacy be seen in this relatively new space. If this idea is beginning to intrigue or delight you, then please feel free to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for my future videos regarding playing card design and many other art topics in general. After all my years of experience and knowledge gained, there's really nothing more exciting and fulfilling to me than to share it all with you so it may benefit your journey as well. My expertise ranges from a wide variety of traditional industry disciplines such as concept art, illustration, and design, to a significant degree of freelance and entrepreneurial knowledge. And honestly, quite a bit more. Like I said, with over 17 years of professional experience and still going strong, I reckon no matter what kind of artist or creative you are, you may find some value in our time shared, as I'm sure I will too. Until then, if you'd like to come learn more about the awesome world of playing cards, or simply garner a load of artistic and business knowledge in general, then I invite you to my live art streams. I usually stream a couple of times a week in the afternoons EST time. My Twitch link is in the description below. You are also very welcome to join my Discord, where you can be notified right away whenever my streaming goes live. Its link is also in the description below. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. I hope to see you around.